So when you think of the name Lucid, you probably picture these absolutely stunning and, yeah, very expensive luxury electric cars. I mean, they've completely nailed the high end of the market with record-breaking performance and efficiency. But what if all of that was just phase one of a much, much bigger plan?
Well, Lucid just dropped a bold new roadmap that raises a huge question. How does a company known for six-figure super sedans pivot to compete for, the rest of us? That's exactly what we're going to break down right now.
All right, so here's the plan. We're going to walk through this in 5 key parts. We'll start with their big strategic pivot, then get into the new mass market vehicle that's got everyone talking. After that, we'll look at how they plan to make money from more than just cars, check out their financial blueprint, and finally talk about the massive bet they're making on themselves. Okay, first up, Lucid's next chapter. At a recent investor day, the company pretty much made it official. They are kicking off a huge strategic pivot and shifting their focus away from being exclusively a niche, super high-end luxury player. And this is the critical part of the transition, right? They're moving away from building cars like the Lucid Air for just a select few, and they're aiming to become a higher volume premium brand, one that can actually compete in much, much bigger market segments. So, how are they going to get there? Well, that brings us to part two, the sub $50,000 game changer. This is the absolute heart of their new strategy, a completely new midsize vehicle platform designed from the ground up for mass appeal. And here is the number that grabbed all the headlines, a starting price under $50,000. I mean, for a brand known for cars that are well over 6 figures, this is a massive leap in accessibility. These new models, which are set to launch in late 2026, are designed to completely change the game for Lucid. But here's the thing. A lower price doesn't mean they're abandoning what makes a Lucid, well, a Lucid. They are still targeting class-leading stats across the board. Incredible efficiency, sports car-like acceleration, and the most spacious interior in its class. The whole goal is to deliver that signature Lucid DNA at a price that's actually attainable. So how do they pull off that best-in-class space? It really all comes down to Lucid's core engineering philosophy, making the powertrain components as small as possible. This whole design from the inside out approach lets them carve out a surprisingly huge cabin within a smaller, more efficient footprint. Okay, let's keep building here because Lucid's plan is about so much more than just the cars themselves. It's about monetizing the advanced technology that's inside those cars, and that is a critical piece of their long-term vision. The end game for their tech is something called Level 4 autonomy. So what does that even mean? Well, to put it simply, it's where the car is truly driving itself under certain conditions. It's a mind-off experience, where you are literally just a passenger, and the system isn't expecting you to jump in and take over. And they've laid out a really clear roadmap to get there. It starts in 2026 with hands-free highway driving. Then it moves to Level 3 for both highways and cities by 2028. And it all leads to that Level 4 passenger experience by 2029. And this tech isn't just for personal cars. It's also designed for future robotaxi fleets with partners like Uber. Now, the engine powering this whole evolution is a new software platform called Lucid Intelligence. This AI-driven experience is designed for natural voice-first interactions, and it's absolutely key. See, features built on this platform are going to create new recurring revenue streams for the company through subscriptions. It moves them way beyond just one-time car sales. And the financial targets for this strategy are, well, they're staggering. By the end of the decade, Lucid is aiming for roughly $1 billion a year from software and over $2 billion annually from robotaxi and B2B partnerships. This makes it crystal clear. Lucid's future isn't just about making cars. It's about becoming a full-blown technology powerhouse. So the obvious question is, how does Lucid plan to pay for all this? This massive expansion, and how do they actually become profitable? This brings us to their financial blueprint. The secret sauce here is an insane reduction in cost. Lucid is targeting a per-unit cost reduction of up to 70% for its new midsize vehicles compared to the current models. That is a massive number. So how in the world are they going to pull that off? Well, it breaks down into 4 key areas. It involves a brand new, more efficient drive unit called Atlas, using smaller and therefore cheaper battery packs, simplifying the vehicle's electronics, and developing much more streamlined manufacturing processes. You see, all of these efforts, the new models, the technology licensing, the aggressive cost-cutting, it's all driving toward one very clear goal: to become free cash flow positive by the end of the decade. In simple terms, that just means bringing in more cash than they spend. But okay, let's be real for a second. This is an incredibly ambitious plan. It's an audacious bet, and it comes with huge risks. To succeed, Lucid is going to have to navigate a very, very challenging road ahead. You know, this analyst quote really just sums it all up perfectly. The roadmap is aggressive, it's impressive for sure, but the outcome hinges entirely on one single thing: flawless execution. There's almost no room for error here. And hey, Lucid themselves acknowledge these hurdles. They know they need to perfectly execute that midsize launch, make sure they have the capital to fund everything, hope for continued strong demand for EVs, successfully roll out their robotaxi programs, and navigate a constantly changing regulatory landscape. It is a long, tough list of challenges. Which leaves us with the final and most critical question. Lucid has laid out this compelling vision to go from a niche luxury player to a major force in mobility. But is this the roadmap that will actually get them there and make Lucid a household name? I guess only time and their execution will tell. Thanks so much for watching and getting up to speed with us.